Every so often, there is a moment in time that has the potential to change everything. This is one of those moments. You just simply replace I can't with how can I. It's not your fault when unfair circumstances knock you down. But it's always your responsibility to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and move yourself forward. If you're going to think like MacGyver, if you're going to switch from I can't to how can I, say yes, yes? Okay, now it's time to get to work. So what's the big deal about environment? Oh man, it's huge. It's huge. What's the big deal about environment? Here's the deal. You can have the right mindset. You can work hard. You can have a great work ethic. You can do all of those things. But, and I've said this before, if your environment doesn't support your goals, something has to change. What is environment? It's everywhere you're spending time. It's the places you go. It's the activities you do. It's the people you're with and around. John Hope Bryant once said, if you hang around 9 broke people, you'll be the 10th. That can be for anything. If you hang around 9 negative people, you'll be the 10th. If you hang around 9 losers, you'll be the 10th. And if you hang around 9 go-getters, 9 successful individuals, 9 people that are trying to make something better with their lives, you'll be the 10th. All right, so I'm going to give you the itinerary for this podcast. We're going to envision it. We're going to take inventory. We're going to make room for the good stuff. And then we're going to protect it. Let's start to envision. I said before that it's the places you go, it's the activities that you do, and it's the people that you spend time with. So take your goal in mind and then envision the places that you're at. How can the places support the goals that you have? If you have a goal, let's just say there's a goal where you want to eat healthy. The places that you go should support that goal. Don't go to Cinnabon if you're trying to eat healthy. Look, no knock on Cinnabon because their stuff is phenomenal, but one cinnamon roll is 880 calories. You have to do a lot of burpees to work that off. The places you go have to support that. Your own home needs to support that. If you want to eat healthy, you've got to have a refrigerator and a pantry and a cupboard that supports your goal. The activities that you do, the things that you do have to support your goal. Activities are everywhere. Don't just think that has to be events, right? Yes, there's events and there's information that you can do, and there's meetups that you can go to, but just also when you're out and about or when you're on your computer, when you're doing your daily routine, what are some things, some activities that you can be doing that support your goal? This is part of your environment, is really the whole of your environment is how you're spending your time. And then probably the most impactful is the people. So think about the people you should have around your life and people that you spend time with. Who are those people? Well, you got to have some leaders and some mentors there. You got to have people that expect in you things that are going to help propel you to the next level. People that see in you the potential to do what it is that you want to do. The people is critical. And is it a family member? Is it a significant other? Is it a friend? Is it an employee or an employer? Anyone you're spending your time with, you better make sure that that person is supportive of your goals. Now, don't misconstrue this one. I don't want people, well, if they don't support my goals, does that mean I'm supposed to quit my job or is that? No, but you have a choice about where you spend your time. Your home, you can impact that. Your community, you can impact that. Your company, where you work, you can impact that. Your connections, your people, you can impact all of this. So first you have to envision, well, what are those people like? Who are these people? Where are they? What are they doing? What are they talking about? And am I involved in the conversations? Am I involved in the meetups? Do I go to the industry events? Do I participate Are you online where they're online in the groups that they're in? I have a weekly meeting with several folks, and the agenda is really, really broad, but the goal is very specific. We want to help make each other better. Impressive individuals. That's who I choose to spend my time with, and that's the people that I'm around. That's what they expect in return. It's a mutually beneficial exchange of ideas and time and energy. It's a two-way street. Even with your leaders and your mentors, it's a two-way street. So, about that inventory. Look at your home. And look, nobody's going to know this except for you. Like you're the one that knows what your environment is like. Think about the home, think about your community, think about your company, and think about the people that you spend time with. Look at your phone. Look at the last 5 text messages. Who is it with? What are you talking about? Look at the last 5 emails. Who's it with? What are you talking about? Look at the last 5 phone calls. Who's it with? What are you talking about? The last 5 in-person conversations. Who's it with? What are you talking about? This is like, I really want you to do this. I want you to sit down with text messages, phone calls, in-person conversations, emails. Who is it with and what are you talking about? To be real, a lot of times family is the biggest culprit. Not because they have malintent or they want to, no, it's they love you. And when people love you, they think they know what's best and they want to protect you. A lot of times protecting you is not in your best interest. Sometimes it is. Hey, can you not go on that speedboat that's going to go 200 miles an hour when somebody's been drinking? That's a good idea not to do that. But hey, can you just keep your safe corporate job and not try to start your own company because mostly they fail and you'll probably fail and then you'll be struggling and you'll be sad. And if you just stay at this job, you can save up some money and you can have a good life, and that's probably the better way to go. That's an effort to protect. Doesn't mean that it's what you should be doing. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes it is what you should be doing, but that's a whole different conversation. Activities. This is one of the biggest areas of improvement aside from the people as it relates to your environment is your activities. One of the biggest time sucks in human history right now is social media. Don't go all crazy. I know you're like, well, dude, I probably saw this on like an Instagram post or a Facebook post or some sort of form of social media. I'm not saying social media is bad. I am, however, saying when you are surfing social media at uncontrollable levels or unknown levels, and that's not supporting your goals, yeah, that's a problem. So we talked about these things. Okay, great. I took an inventory. I'm hanging around the wrong people, and I'm spending too much time on social media and too much time doing this and doing that and not enough time doing what I'm supposed to do. So for those people who have an issue surfing too much, surfing the web too much aimlessly, or watching too many YouTube videos, or on Facebook or Instagram or whatever it is, some site, shopping for shoes on Zappos, whatever. If you're doing something too much, there's a lot of really cool tools out there that allow you to set blockers on your browser for specific times. So for example, you could say, hey, between the hours of 8 and 4, if I try to go to Facebook, deny it. And you can go a step further and you can redirect it to the website you think you should be visiting. It's a really great way to change a habit because it's tough. You're already in a habit. So use technology to help you. Don't just shun it and say, I'm not going to be on Facebook anymore. I'm going to get off social media. That doesn't work. You have to be specific and say, all right, inventory. Let's talk about social media. It's a big one. All right, you spend too much time on social media. So how do we fix that? Well, first you take inventory of it. How much social media are you doing a day? 3 hours a day? 3 hours a day on social media. I want to decrease that to half an hour. And I'm going to spend the other 2.5 hours, let's just say, learning Spanish. Great. So you just totally changed your day. Well, how are you gonna do that? Well, I'm gonna use timers, and I'm going to make my Spanish time my payment for the social media. So the goal is between these hours, I'm gonna redirect on my computer and my phone to kind of help train me because I'm gonna slip up and try to go to Facebook or whatever. and I'm going to get on my Spanish and I'm going to set that timer. And when that 2.5 hours goes off, then I get to spend 30 minutes on Facebook or social media. And I'm going to do it guilt free. I'm going to put my timer up and I'm going to just surf. And we're going to have no problems. That's a great way to do it. It's been effective for a lot of folks. So you can change your activities. And the people. This is the big one. This is the one that everybody has trouble with. There are people that I don't have any problems with. They're great. I would consider them friends. But at this stage in my life with the things that I need to do, I'm taking inventory. I've taken stock into the time that I have. And when I break it down, there's just certain folks that I don't have time for. Let me be more specific. That I am choosing not to make time for, because interacting with them does not help my goals. It does not serve my goals. Well, what do you mean? What do you, like, don't ever hang out with your friends just to have a good time? No, that's different. You need friends. But my friends, we share goals. We share mindset. We have the same drive and passion and energy. It's like that old friend from high school or that old friend from middle school that you've known for all this time that's still kind of hanging around with no ambition and everything like that. You probably got to spend less time with them unless you want to be more like them. If you want to be more like them, then yes, spend more time with that person. Encourage them to change up a little bit. But the reality is, the more you spend time with people with whatever, let's just say it's if you're trying to quit smoking and all your friends smoke. This is a big one. You're trying to quit smoking and all your friends smoke. Yeah, there's going to be some uncomfortable moments because it's really, really hard to change your situation without changing your environment. So you're going to have to tell your friends, hey, I have made a commitment to quit smoking. And so when we go hang out and you guys want to go out for a smoke, I'm not going with you. Because if I go with you, I'm probably going to end up grabbing a cigarette and smoking. And I don't want to do it because I made a commitment to quit smoking. Well, it is what it is. Doesn't mean you like him any less. It means exactly what you said. You've made a commitment to quit smoking. And so if they're going to go smoke, you're going to remove yourself from that situation. And if you have friends that are like, oh, that's ridiculous, whatever. Oh, you don't want to hang out with me? You think you're better than me because you want to quit smoking and this and that and the other? No, I don't. I just want to live a little longer. I just want my lungs to be a little healthier. Why don't you join me? That's what real friends do, encourage their friends to join them. But hey, everybody has to make their own decisions. Somebody may look out and say, look, I'm not interested in this. That's okay. That's all right. Doesn't mean you have to, quote unquote, break up with your friends. It just means you need to make some changes, some alterations. Let me be frank. This isn't easy, but it is real simple. Make room for the new stuff. In order to do that, you have to get rid of the old stuff. The old stuff is any part of your environment that doesn't support your goals. Gone. Some of you may be thinking, oh, that's easier said than done. Yes, you're right. The bottom line is you get to choose how you spend your time. Period. No one else. And you need to be thinking about your life through that lens. Are the places I'm going, the activities I'm doing, and the people I'm around supporting my goals?